shiny teeth. Ayy, tell me what's your beef, cause I ain't one to cause a problem. I'm just out here doing me. Yeah, honestly, not rowdy, not my fault.
Yo, what's good, everybody? What up, YouTube world? It's your boy SB motherfucking X, back with it with another video. I know I haven't been doing a video for so long, so I'm sorry about that, guys. I just want to, get back into reality of what's going on in life. You know what I mean? So, since it's 2022, and we had a lot of shit going on. And once we trying to get our shit together based on COVID, now we found out the fact that fucking Russia is invading Ukraine. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, I feel like, are we living Nazi Germany all over again? Are we dealing with World War III? Are we at the pursuit of becoming it? Like, I feel like when I've read and saw the posts and seen the news about the invasion, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with Vladimir Putin? Like, my whole thing is about Putin. Even though he's the prime minister of Russia, I feel like I have no trust. In fact, I despise him than Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, despite the fact that he's not our president, I feel as though if I was to be Russian, I wouldn't claim him to be fucking president. You know what I mean? And and based on Russia is known for their communism and nukes and things like that, and also Trump is always affiliated with all these things with Russia. So that's why he's really tight with Vladimir Putin and Russia in general, as a whole. So when I heard about Ukraine, I'm thinking like, what, of all places, why Ukraine? Why are we living up to fucking Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany bullshit? You know what I mean? As if, if it was like, back in the 1920s or some shit, and how Germany invade all these countries, especially Poland, and damn near 100 years later, it's like we back onto that old school invasion bullshit. You know what I mean? And especially Russia. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what more does Russia want, man? Like, it's already so big that it's at the point where it's the size of, almost the size of the United States, where all this fucking bullshit going on with what Russia has on their belt, connecting with other countries or so. You know what I mean? So and people in Ukraine, the Ukrainians have to suffer based on being like terrorized and bombed down by Russian military and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? And Biden try to do his best to keep the peace and all that, but it's gonna cost us, you know what I mean? In order for us to have world peace, you know what I mean? Like, even though that's not our fight, at the same time, war it's like having to watch a wrestling match or having to watch a pay-per-view event that you must pay tickets on doing this shit, or doing a bet that you may win or lose it all. It's just a metaphor, guys. But the whole concept is that, this particular war will cause us Americans to have deflation, you know what I mean? To the point where we're not going to be able to affordably pay for gas and food. You know what I'm saying? We have to relive, rather if it's like the Great Depression to 2005 all over again, where the gas prices just went up, where we're gonna have hard time paying for food and shit. And hopefully, if they got like an emergency food stamp program for people or whatever to expedite it, to not expedite it, what's the word, to subsidize it for us, to pay for food. You know what I mean? So, I mean, guys, like, I feel like Vladimir Putin is the most stupidest, fucked up, most diabolical president or prime minister, because, you know, the difference between certain countries and ours, they call their leaders prime ministers while we call ours presidents. So the point is, Vladimir Putin is the fucking devil, no cap, because of the fact that we are fucking have to be dealing with this shit, you know what I mean? And God knows what will happen, because you know America loves to intervene on any other country's bullshit. So, you know, if it's like Israel or Germany or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm afraid for our country, because Russia got some really badass military, a badass militia. Them Spetsnaz don't play, you know, compared to the Green Berets and the Navy SEALs and all that shit. Them Russian motherfuckers don't play. And there's already was enough where back in the days with Cuba, when they had missiles too. So Fidel Castro wasn't bullshit neither. So I feel though is that America, we have to be careful who to provoke when it comes to those communist countries. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, we can't be fucking with Russia like that. We can't be fucking with China. We can't be fucking with Cuba. And also, for example, fucking Vietnam whooped our ass. You know what I'm saying? So I feel though is that we, as Americans, we excuse me, we have a hard time intervening on a war that we should or shouldn't be involved with. But based on Ukraine, I feel though it's like my heart goes out to all the people in Ukraine. The Ukrainians have to deal with a lot of like chaos that has been going on. You know what I mean? So I feel though is that the Ukrainian people, I've met some, they're down to earth people, good people, fine looking women. You know what I'm saying? For all these people who are looking for a male or a bride, that's gonna be a fucking issue, because it's gonna be like, yo, we you know, sell out of the Russians and Ukrainians because they at war. You know what I'm saying? So, and the truth of the matter is, it's crazy though, because I went to a Russian neighborhood in Queens called Regal Park, and the crazy thing is, I spoke to a lady who had to be Russian, and she was pretty cool, but I knew she was Russian based on her appearance and the way she talked. So the crazy thing is though, not to be off topic, was I had to ask a Russian person's perspective on her opinion about her country, or basically her people, and her prime minister, and why are they pretty much setting off a invasion to Ukraine. And an interesting thing that she said was she felt sorry. She the way how she explained it, she was sympathizing for the Ukrainian people. So, you know, I rarely talk to random people if it had nothing to do with everyday life or so. But, you know, curiosity kills the cat. We're at the moment, like, I'll be honest with you, like, you know, being around where I'm at right now, the majority of people who live here are Russian. And I feel as though it's like, it's crazy how it's the reality. This is just from my perspective. Like, you know, not to be off topic though, but I just felt like I just needed to know from their perspective, because I've been living in a Russian neighborhood for about a year, and I've never really talked to too many Russian people. Might I digress at the fact that, you know, there is some stereotypes about Russian people, but I feel though is that there are some that I had a good conversation with, and there are some that I don't. But from somebody's perspective, I feel though as I wanted to know if they were aware or if they can sympathize or if they feel rather nothing at all. I just need to know just some sort of opinion about what their country is up against, you know. My question is, it's like, for us Americans, what is going to be our fate, you know? But this war shit, you know, we've been in war for years and years and years. Like, America is always patriotic to the point where their purpose, their propaganda leads them to war. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, life is war. Every day we live like we're living a war. You know what I'm saying? So every day when you wake up in the morning and deal with the day, whether if it's a good day or a bad day, you know what I'm saying? You may beat the battle, but you never really beat the war. So you have to look at it from a different perspective. What I'm trying to abbreviate is that, you know, you live to see another day. So you beat the battle of the fact that you didn't die today over some whatever type of bullshit. You know what I mean? So you live to see another day. But for some people, especially what people are dealing in Ukraine and all these other countries, tomorrow is never promised. Even in the ghetto. Because somebody will lose a life over some bullshit. So we have to but what I'm trying to say though, guys, is that, you know, we don't know what will happen. I just hope that the American government will do their best to put a stop into Putin's idea of invading Ukraine, or his idea of world domination or some shit. Well, that's gonna be tough if he's gonna do some world domination. He'd be dreaming if he could, because last time I checked, America is a democratic country. Democratic country, I mean, not democratic. Democracy means a lot to America. So, I mean, at the end of the day, conspiracy play a cause in the economic structure or in politics in general. But I mean, it's been a while since I talk about things that relates to the world and politics and stuff like that, because this is not really my strong suit. But I just want to point on the idea of the fact that people are suffering in Ukraine, and we have already enough bullshit on our table. So if it means that the 2020s will be a hell year, then it's pretty much what the 2020s is going to be about. Because the majority of 2020 we had to deal with fucking COVID. That's the main fucking battle. That's the main war, is to get ourselves in check. You know what I mean? Having to wear the fucking face mask, or if y'all taking the vaccine, or the, you know, testing, going to the doctor, or self-test, self-love, self-everything to prevent getting COVID. That's the only ammunition that we can do to fight off COVID. But I feel though is that it is unnecessary for us to have a war or being involved in something that we have nothing to do with, or any country per se. It's just Vladimir Putin is just a fucking asshole for that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you know somebody who rolls with Trump and he on some fucking secretive shit, and he be look like he's up to no good, then chances are this motherfucker is no good. I mean, fuck that nigga Putin, yo. He's a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? So, you know, one of these days, rather if it's like the secret services or whoever on some, you know, international hitman spy type shit put a bullet on him, then that person who sniped Vladimir Putin did the whole country of Ukraine a big ass favor, yo. But who knows? They might have a fucking prime minister worse than him, so we can't be doing shit, you know what I mean? But anyways, let me stop bullshitting and talking about shit out of my ass though. But sorry, I had to cut this audio for a moment due to distraction. But even though, you know, the war on Ukraine has been going sporadically with Russia, I feel that it's still to the point where we have to ask ourselves if we're gonna face World War III. Will there be a way that we can convince Vladimir Putin to cease the war and stop the invasion of Ukraine? You know, but it looks like it's not gonna be pretty. That I will know for sure. But you know, like I mentioned before, war makes money, and you know, war into politics is necessary in order to get what they want or fight against though. So in my opinion, it looks like to me America would intervene in a sense of trying to put down Vladimir Putin's idea of world domination towards Ukraine. And again, fuck Putin, fuck whoever rolls with him, fuck Trump, fuck this leftist bullshit ass right side, or fuck politics in general. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from witchcraft. The motherfuckers is fucking corrupted and evil, and they do whatever they get to get, you know, personal gain and some sort of power. You know what I mean? So yeah, fuck this shit, yo. They don't care about the middle people, the middlemen, the poor people, or whatever is, you know, is important, yo. So, you know, again, my heart goes out to people in Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna end this video on that note, you know what I mean? So anyways, guys, please leave your comments on the comment sections below. I love to know everybody's opinion. Don't forget to hit that bell icon, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Until then, folks, SBX wrapping this up. Thanks for watching. Peace out.